Met, and I want to welcome you here to a very special press preview. Honestly, this exhibition is a dream come true. It's something that we have been not only waiting for, but wanting to do, and something that really kind of came to fruition in such a powerful way. I've not seen an exhibition where we, let's say, every day when another work came to us, another one, there was excitement not only in these galleries, but across the museum. Everybody was saying, oh, have you seen, this has arrived, this has arrived. So now to be able to share that with our audiences, with you for the first time, is a really special privilege. Sargent in Paris, this is an exhibition that really focuses on the one hand you could see the beginning of John Singer Sargent, but the reality is that Sargent was some kind of a wunderkind. He was already very formed as an artist. He was someone who, with 18-year-old already kind of took Paris by storm and had already a very prolific education, understanding not only art and art history, being perfectly educated there, but really wanting to inject himself, not only in the idea of academic training, but really into Parisian society. So what this exhibition shows is John Singer Sargent, on the one hand, at the beginning of his career, but already in a phase where he basically did probably his boldest paintings, or some of his boldest paintings, but also completely being a celebrated artist of his time. In a time, of course, in Paris that was Paris was at the epicenter of not only artistic appreciation, artistic production, but also artistic exchange. And Sargent was in the middle of it. So this exhibition celebrates Sargent's time in Paris and how he used Paris, of course, as a point to travel throughout Europe, to take in other influences and to document all of that. So it is very fitting that you can have a view of these couple of years in Paris. That also, of course, ends here in this gallery with Madame X, the Met's really probably most famous painting by John Singer Sargent that we have. And to a certain extent, you'll hear about it more. Madame X also kind of defined almost like the end of a phase of John Singer Sargent in Paris, with all its complexities and all its celebrations, with its scandals, and with him kind of moving on then to London. This is an exhibition that we are doing here at the Met in collaboration with our friends at the Musée d'Orsay. And it's an exhibition that will travel after its presentation here at the Met to Paris. And I want to thank our friends of the Orsay for making that possible. I want to thank especially my friend Sylvain Amic, the president of the Musée d'Orsay, for our ongoing collaboration. We do a lot of good things together. Some of you might remember Manet Degas, so now this is another really important exhibition. This exhibition is really the major achievement and brainchild of Stephanie Herdrich, the Alice Pratt Brown Curator of American Paintings and Drawings at the Met's American Wing. So it's really Stephanie who has been able to conceive this project, curate it in a way that basically resonates with our audiences, but really also being able to bring these fantastic loans together. She was collaborating closely with Caroline Corbeau-Parsons, the Curator of Drawings and Paintings, and with Paul Perrin, the head of Curatorial and Director of Collections at the Orsay, both of who are here with us today, and who I want to thank very much for the great curatorial collaboration. I also want to give a special shout out to Caroline Elinovitz-Hess for her great support here at the Met and helping as a research assistant for this project. Many other, of course, members of the Met community, Met staff has worked to make this show what it is now. Really a glorious, powerful presentation of John Singer Sargent's work during that time. I also want to thank all the private and institutional lenders who basically really parted with their treasured holdings for the period of this presentation here in New York and then in Paris. In a lot of cases, the works that you see here are among the 1, 2, 3 most cherished works within their respective collections. So parting with that is a really special treat for us. At the Met, this exhibition is made possible by the Margaret and Frank A. Cosgrove Jr. Fund, which has, of course, our deep appreciation. We received additional support, and we are very grateful for that, from Bank of America, our great partners with major shows that travel from here, from the Met, and to other places in Paris. So Bank of America has been an enormous partner throughout, and I want to thank them for supporting the arts and supporting exhibitions here at the Met in such a significant way. I also want to thank the Sam and Jenna Saltz Trust, Grow at Annenberg, Jim Breyer, Aaron Fleischman and Lynn Loughlin Fund, and Trevor and Alexis Trainer for their support, as well as Andrew Caldwell for the support of the education programs. The English edition of the exhibition catalog is made possible by Grow at Annenberg and the William Cullen Bryant Fellows of the Metropolitan Museum of Art. We are also grateful for additional gifts from Elston Chapman, from an anonymous donor, from Robert M. Buxton, Elizabeth and Jean-Marie Avillard, and Elizabeth Marsteller-Gordon, all of whom have demonstrated meaningful contributions to this project. This exhibition is also supported by an indemnity from the Federal Council on the Arts, on the Humanities, and I think all of who supported this exhibition will be pleased to see it, will be pleased to experience it. And I know this looks like a crowded room already with many of you attending this media preview. I assume it will get even more crowded later, so enjoy this wonderful time here in the show. And now enjoy, of course, words by Stephanie, who's been, if there's someone who knows everything about John Singer Sargent Paris, it's Stephanie, so I'll hand it over to her. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Max, and thank you, everyone, for coming today. I am delighted to welcome you to Sargent and Paris today. Wow, the crowds are really stretching back there. And also happy to appear, I would say, with my sidekick here, Madam X, but I actually think I am her sidekick. I would also like to start by expressing my gratitude to the organizations and individuals who have so generously supported Sargent in Paris. Private collectors and institutions from Honolulu to Des Moines to Stockholm and many places in between, as Max noted, have loaned beloved masterpieces from their collections to help us tell the story of Sargent's early years. And of course, this project is the work of many very talented people at the Met and the Musée d'Orsay. I am so grateful for the collaboration with Orsay curators Caroline Corbeau-Parsons and Paul Perrin, who are both here today. And at the Met, again, Caroline Milanovitz has provided excellent and essential assistance. The gorgeous exhibition design is by Patrick Heron, the graphic design by Harrison Carter, and I also wanted to acknowledge dear friends Richard Ormond and Elaine Kilmurray, whose Sargent Scholarship is the foundation of all the work that we do. On April 23rd, 1874, John Singer Sargent's father wrote to a friend from Italy that the family was moving to Paris. 18-year-old John Singer Sargent was determined to become a painter, and the proud father praised his son's talent and noted that, quote, "Everyone says that Paris will be the best place." And he added, "We flatter ourselves, perhaps it is parental delusion, that he will make something out of himself more than common." Of course, he did make something out of himself, and in spring 1884, after spending one remarkable decade in Paris, this painting, our friend, known today as Madame X, would become the most talked about picture in Paris, a scandalous success when shown at the Salon. In these adjacent galleries, we've given some more context to this elusive masterpiece by showing it in the context of Sargent's contemporaries and also in the context of the Salon of 1884. And of course, when Sargent sold the painting to the Met in 1916, he would describe it as the best thing I've done. But Sargent in Paris focuses on this defining era in the artist's life, from his arrival in the French capital as a precocious art student to the debut of Madame X. His work from this period, varied, experimental, and increasingly bold, illuminates his distinctive path to becoming an artist, indelibly shaped by his time in Paris. He eagerly embraced the opportunities of the art world, seeking mentors, matriculating at the École des Beaux-Arts, and his skill and charm impressed his teachers and classmates. He visited galleries and museums and forged a unique style based on the study of the great art of the past and steeped in Paris's vibrant contemporary art. He was compelled to travel in search of inspiration, choosing picturesque subjects in Europe and North Africa, calculated to appeal to international audiences. And as you'll see today, Sargent created increasingly ambitious portraits and genre scenes that pushed the boundaries of convention, exhibiting them to great acclaim and winning awards in Paris. He came of age as an artist in an era of increasing social mobility. As Paris's social structure shifted rapidly in the 1870s and 80s, he found clients eager to embrace the power of self-presentation through portraiture to secure their position in society. And he was adept at creating attention-grabbing works, and his social acumen helped him establish close relationships with his patrons, as well as artistic and literary figures. These friendships reveal his proximity to the epicenter of the social and cultural milieu of Paris. There is a special quality to Sargent's early work, a unique confluence of his artistic ambition, knowledge, and talent with his bold innocence. And these qualities yielded some of his most compelling and daring works of his career. And while this exhibition ends in the 1880s, we invite you to continue your visit in the American Wing, where you can see later works by Sargent in the Met collection. Even though Sargent moved to London in 1885, he never fully left Paris behind. He continued to visit frequently and to exhibit there, and carried the skills, lessons, and relationships he gained there with him throughout his life. In 1887, he confessed to Claude Monet, quote, "I really do not want to be forgotten in Paris, and I hope this exhibition will secure that legacy." Thank you so much. Please continue to enjoy the exhibition. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's Ken. We're at the Met, and this is the Sargent and Paris press preview. John Singer Sargent, from when he was in Paris. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. I'm just going to let you see a little of it. So, enjoy. Various displays from in the studio. Beyond the studio. It's one of my favorites. I like that one. I know I'm going fast, but that's because I'm trying to keep this at 3 minutes. This is the lore of travel section. It's called Fascinating Portraits. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful works. About painter in Paris. And like I said, these quick glimpses are really only designed to inspire you to come to the exhibit yourself. Friendship and patronage. These are friends of his. Really nice. Is called La Persienne. These are beautiful. I'm whispering. I know you're saying, Ken, why are you whispering? You never whisper. Very nice. Madame X. Oh, look at that. These are all Madame X. Sweet. The section is called Uncanny Spectacle. I don't know if we'll be able to show you all of the sections because of the keeping to 3 minutes video, but there it is. This is called an invitation to response. So these are like bad reviews or reviews he's gotten. That's funny. That's pretty cool. This section is called Nudity and Undress. So the pictures keep flipping, changing. But it was really cool to see this exhibit. Okay. Yes, so come to the Met and see it if you have a chance. Sargent and Paris. I'm Madam Max. Bye.